Hi guys, welcome back to Urban Rhino Tutorials. On this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make a 4th of July multi-strand bracelet. So I have gathered all of the supplies that I need, which is going to be a combination of just different sizes of beads. I've included red, white, and blue, as well as some silver accent beads. I have these round letter beads that spell out USA and America. I've got these little spacer beads that have rhinestones on them that are also silver, and chain. So I'm going to include a strand of chain in this multi-strand bracelet. There are also these little, what we call chandelier ends. Sometimes they're called connector ends, connector bars. It just depends on where you purchase them. They are called different things. So in my classroom, we call them chandelier ends. And then a lobster clasp. And then I've also got jump rings, crimp beads, and fishing line. So to begin, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna slide this stuff kind of out of the way. I'm gonna grab my connector bars, and I'm going to begin connecting the chain. So that'll be kind of my starting point. And then I will connect on the fishing line, put my beads on, and connect it to the other end. So we're just gonna start with one side. And to do this, I need a jump ring and a pair or two of pliers. So this is already opened up. And I'm just going to connect on one of the chain links there onto the connector bar or chandelier end, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to go for the second one in here. I'm going to put the chain in the middle, kind of. I don't want it on the end. Just like that, and use my other pair of pliers to close it up, just like that. So now I have one strand ready. And I'm gonna move on and start with the beading. So to do that, I have cut a piece of fishing line here. And this fishing line is about 14 inches. It's much more than what I need, but I'm doing this so that I have enough extra to be able to crimp it onto the loop here. So I'm gonna get a crimp bead. I'm going to slide the crimp bead onto the fishing line to start, just a little ways. Then I want to put the fishing line through one of the loops, and I'm gonna take that end of the fishing line and go back through the crimp bead so it makes a little loop. Before you crimp the bead, you want to make sure that that bead is pulled close to the loop on the chandelier end. Once you get it close, then you can crimp it, and then you're ready to begin putting your beads on. So once you have your fishing line on, if you want to tape it to the table or a piece of cardboard, you can either tape it or you can use like a little black binder clip is what we usually use in my classroom. I am home for the summer and can't seem to find what I did with mine, so I'm just gonna put a little piece of tape. Works just the same. So what I wanna do from here is begin putting my beads on, and I wanna leave space because I'm either going to put the USA letter beads on here or the America ones. And I think I'll just start with the, probably let's do the USA ones. And I wanna make sure that they are centered with this chain. So I'm going to go a certain amount of ways, and then I want to make sure, let me show you what I mean here, that these letter beads are centered where the middle of this chain is. That way, when you put the, there we go, when you put the bracelet on, it's not off center. And it looks like we need to scoot it this way just a little bit. So what this means here, now that I have those laid out, is I need to put beads all the way until I reach this point, and then I will put my letter beads on, and then I'll continue on with the beads. So I've chosen some of these small beads, and I'm gonna put them on in a pattern. And I'm gonna just do red, white, blue. And actually I'm gonna start with the silver. So we're gonna go silver, red, white, blue. Silver, red, white, blue, just like that. And I'm just gonna repeat this pattern. And let me kind of pick up the pace here, and I will speed ahead so you can see. Okay, so now that I have beads on and I have reached the letters, I'm gonna put one more silver on. I'm going to put the letter beads on, and then, and I've got these little heart ones I wanna put on as well. Then from there, you can decide if you prefer to repeat the pattern or if you wanna do it backwards. So if I wanted to do it backwards, instead of silver, red, white, blue, silver, red, white, blue, I would go silver, blue, white, red, silver, blue, white, red. And I think that is what I'm going to do just to keep it symmetrical. So I will continue on, silver, blue, maybe, white, and then red. Okay, so hopefully you've got the hang of that one. And then what I'm gonna do, I've got 2 more strands I'm going to repeat here, and I'm just going to do the same thing. So I will cut my fishing line. I'm going to put a crimp bead on it, go through the loop, back through the fishing line and crimp it, and then I'm gonna put my beads on. So I'm gonna use a combination of my larger beads, as well as I might include 1 or 2 of these little stars. And then I have, again, these rhinestone spacer beads. So I'm just gonna mix it up. I'm gonna finish my other 2 strands so that all 4 are ready to go. And when I return, I'm going to show you how to connect them to this end and how to attach the clasp and finish up the bracelet. So let me get those going, and then when I return, we will finish it up. All right, so you can see here, I have all 4 strands done. I'm going to finish the ends here. I went ahead and finished these 2 that I did off camera. I went ahead and connected them to the chandelier end, but I want to do the same with these 2 to show you how to do it. So with chain, you're going to need a jump ring to connect it. So what I'm gonna do is just slide the jump ring onto the chandelier end. I'm gonna take the last link of the chain and connect it on as well. Have to kind of adjust my pliers so I can fit it in there. I'm gonna take my other pair of pliers and close it up. You wanna make sure it's closed completely so it doesn't come undone. So now I have all 3 connected, and I just need to do this last one. So what I already did with these 2 and what I'm gonna repeat with this final strand, I'm gonna untape it, is just the same way we began it. So I will take the strand, slide on a crimp bead, then I am going to go back through the loop, or go through the loop to begin, and then back through the crimp bead. Now before I crimp the bead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab the end of the fishing line, and I'm also going to grab a hold of the chandelier end, and I'm going to pull it. And what that's gonna do is that's gonna tighten up all of that loose fishing line so you don't have a bunch of empty fishing line on that strand. You don't want to pull it super tight or you're going to end up where your strand doesn't kind of like hang nicely. It's going to be pulled really tight and not move well. So these pliers are disgusting. I use them sometimes with different materials and they start to get really gross over time. Hot glue and other materials. And then you can trim off the extra. And that is it. Just kidding, we need to connect our clasp. That's kind of important, isn't it? So to do that, very simple. Slide everything out of the way here. That is so cute. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to put a jump ring on one side as well as the lobster clasp. So the jump ring slides on, and before I close it, I'm going to hook on the lobster clasp, and then I'm going to close it up. And then on the other side, all you need is a jump ring. You could use a toggle clasp if you prefer, if you think that's easier to put on, especially if you're putting it on yourself or you don't have someone to help you put it on. Some people think that the toggle clasps are a little easier, so you could certainly do that. So let me close it up here to show you. And in the next screen here in just a second, you'll see what it looks like on. But there you have it. A very simple, super cute, patriotic, little multi-strand 4th of July bracelet. So you can certainly do this for any holiday. It'd be really cute for Halloween or Christmas. I'm sure as the months go on, just stay tuned because I will be doing some more holiday themed jewelry. So I will include links to these supplies in the description below. If there's something you are looking for that you don't see, please let me know and I would be happy to help you. As always, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching, guys.